And joining me now to discuss more Bitcoin news is CoinDesk Director of Data and Indexes, Galen Moore in Boston. Hello there, Galen. So does that sound about right? When the dog coins moon, we're in a bit of a frothy state in the crypto markets.
I think it's, well, first of all, we have to be careful about assumptions we might make. And as I recall, the Q1, Q2 bull market was, there was the dogs had room to run in that market, Christine. I think if we first looked at the first enthusiasm for Doge and said, well, that's the market top, then you would have missed out on some gains in Q1 and into Q2. So,
Fair enough. It's unfair to generalize, but the market is consolidating downward, it seems. So what's the outlook on Bitcoin here?
Well, I think there's a great deal of there was a great deal of enthusiasm last week about the Bitcoin futures ETF. The ETF didn't disappoint, but I think maybe that kind of got the market a little out ahead of its skis. And the leverage ratio that this isn't the first time that ratio has reached peaks, although it reached a real high last week. That ratio measures the ratio of Bitcoin futures open interest to the actual Bitcoin held by exchanges. Estimates all around, even the number of Bitcoin held by exchanges itself, the denominator there, that's an estimate. But in any event, it does kind of estimate the extent to which people are sort of borrowing and getting out ahead of what is actually put in place on exchange to trade. Mm-hmm. So certainly a bit of froth in the market, maybe a little bit of a correction here. I think the Robinhood earnings yesterday were maybe disappointing to some people, although I find it hard to imagine how anybody didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. Just one more thing I want to bring up with this tweet from Charles Edwards, the founder of Capriole Investments. He's tweeting, basically, Bitcoin looks incredible here on most metrics, but leverage traders have gone out of control. We don't get sustainable price rises until that changes. And I would have to agree to some extent. Bitcoin has incredible metrics behind it. The hash power has sustained itself despite crackdown in Asia, in China. There's tons of investment and development happening right now. I mean, this morning we spoke to three different companies, each raising over, in the case of FTX, 420 million, Republic, mm-hmm. Over 150 million, and Coinless, 100 million. And layer 2 development with the Lightning Network also growing exponentially. So Bitcoin has some good numbers behind it, I would have to say.
I certainly think the dollars flowing into Bitcoin venture capital, Bitcoin managed funds or cryptocurrency managed funds is positive, not just for Bitcoin, but for cryptocurrency mm-hmm. in general. And that's a long term. You're going to see that play out. Some of those funds will take base positions in Ethereum, Bitcoin, and other kind of blue chip mm-hmm. assets. The only downside of all that is how impossible it's gotten to hire anybody in crypto these days.
That's true. The developers are all in high demand and difficult to acquire. So you mentioned Robinhood. Now, they did not have such a great last quarter, did they?
No, if you look at what happened for Robinhood in Q2, they had this, tremendous quarter, driven, on the back of crypto volume, which has to sort of be layer upon layer of kind of, you have to raise an eyebrow, right? I mean, you've got a business that maybe in terms of its revenue model might be illegal, and in the end, and then also on top of that, you have most of their volume and a lot of their revenue coming in a lot of the excitement about that product from users is evident in the crypto currencies that they offer for trading. So all of that, looking into Q3, crypto volumes in Q3 way down across the board. You can see it in the day-to-day numbers published by crypto exchanges, half what they were in Q2. And I think anybody, realizing what a large percentage of Robinhood's business is coming from crypto trading, seeing that crypto volumes are down, it really sort of the market's reaction to the Robinhood earnings was kind of mystifying to me. I can't believe anybody didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I wonder, is this a sign that crypto is waning in interest among retail traders, especially the millennials set? But on the other side, Robinhood did say 1 million customers have signed up for their waiting list for its crypto wallet, which is one of its most heavily requested products. So certainly there's a lot of interest.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who bought crypto on Robinhood and want to be able to get it off Robinhood, I guess. I don't know. I think it's perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah.